Good.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me get going here.
Okay.
Matters of health have been on my mind lately. On Tuesday, I had a colonoscopy, and I had 2 benign polyps clipped out, which was the same result when I had a colonoscopy 5 years ago. Also, friends and family members of mine are also dealing with serious health issues, including leukemia, cancer, hip replacements, and congestive heart failure. So, given this background of health issues on mine, I decided to take one of those online longevity tests to figure out how long I can expect to live. So I took 2 of them, and one said 88, another said 90, and I can live with those numbers. I don't know how accurate those tests are. They could be on the same level of taking an online BuzzFeed poll or consulting a Ouija board, but I'll take what I can get. And they are directionally in the right direction. My father died last March at 92. He was on Okinawa. And his father lived to be 91 or so. So those are good indicators. My father's sister died a couple of years ago. She lived into her early 80s, and then she got Parkinson's disease. So the wild card in all this is my mother. She died when she was only 63 of cancer, and I was 26 years old at the time. And she did live long enough to see my brother married, but she didn't live long enough to see my wedding or to meet any of her 3 grandsons. And now she's got 2 great-grandchildren. I like to tell myself that she died a little younger than I would hope because she was a lifelong smoker, and the state of cancer treatment in the early 1980s might have been maybe not as effective as you would have now. So maybe, I hope that's true, but nonetheless, the number 63 lodges in my mind like a storm cloud that's right over the edge of the calendar's horizon. I'm 61 now, and she was 61 when she had the final diagnosis that led her to quit her job, close down the house we'd rented for 21 years, and then move in with her older sister in Tyler, Texas for the last 2.5 years of her life. So for all these reasons, I've been hearing, hurrying at my back, Time's Winged Chariot, as the English poet Andrew Marvell wrote a poem called His Coy Mistress. So I'm thinking, what should I be thinking about now? Should I be responding to this? 61, 63? Is there anything I should be doing differently? Should I be thinking about things? And I have to say, I'm not in a midlife crisis. At 61, I'm afraid I'm a little past that. I never got the Ferrari, but this fall I did get a 2015 Toyota Prius, and I also get my iPhone 7 Plus. So for me, those count as major lifestyle upgrades. So maybe that is a response to thinking I better enjoy them while I can. So, but I do say I'm in a time of reflection, just thinking about what I really want to do with the whatever number of years or decades I might have left. So one big change in my life came this spring when I stopped commuting on Metro North after 21 years and started working at home with the same job. That made a huge difference because I'm no longer spending 3.5 hours a day on the train, and I'm having time to sleep later, which is a luxury, and to do things like a lunchtime walk to the library, which I now do, as Michael can testify to. I have time to really dig into my writing in a new way, because I finally think I have the energy and kind of the maturity, the focus to really pursue the blog posts and the short stories and the novel ideas that I've always had, but just in the past I've always kind of gave up on them. But now I've seen some success in really pushing things through to the end. One thing I'm doing, I'm working with a 93-year-old World War II veteran who, on his memoirs of battle and survival in Germany, 1945. It's an amazing story, and I've gotten a huge amount of satisfaction out of helping him get the manuscript in shape, and even sliding in where photos are going to go in a more designed edition. I may not be getting these things written quickly, but I feel like I can see them through to the end, and that's important to me because I figure if I don't write them now, I may not remember what I want to say 10 or 15 years from now. So personal stuff, I find that I talk to my younger brother more, and that's good. I still write letters to my friends, handwritten letters with very lovely stamps on them, and my friends are delighted when those show up in their mailbox. I text with my son, which is our preferred means of communications. That's what you do with the younger generation, and we occasionally will talk on the phone, but we'll kind of volley messages back and forth, and that does get us up to date on what's going on in our lives. My girlfriend and I enjoy our Friday night date dinners. We were at Sinapi's Pizza last night, and other times we've been at Tenga, so we like to kind of enjoy the local things like that. We go to movies in Pleasantville at the Burns Center. We like to go on walks. Maybe next Saturday we'll be here for the Brazilian music. I'm a big fan of Brazilian music, and so I'm like, wow, I want to do that. So the way I think about it, I'm just kind of living each day kind of as I want, to the extent I can do that. But I take kind of what I want and I ignore things that are ancillary. Like, I don't really spend a lot of time following every little detail of the political furies going on in our country right now. To me, a lot of it is just sound and fury signifying nothing. You move on to the next crisis, and what people were excited about 2 or 3 weeks ago is forgotten. So I can stay aware of things, but I don't stress over it. I have started going to some Bedford Town Hall hearings on issues that concern my street and my synagogue, so that's more civic engagement than I've had in the past. I also, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the ups and downs of the stock markets. I don't check my retirement funds unless the numbers are going up. And the reverse applies to my weight. I never get on the scale unless I know the number is going down. So they're both move in inverse directions. So what about those longevity tables? Is it going to be 90, maybe a little longer? Or is Time's Winged Chariot have other plans in store for me? I don't know, like the good book says, no man knows the day or hour. So I'll get what I can and take advantage of the opportunities that come. But of course, there's always technology as a response to all this. I joke around with my Princeton cronies about our reunions, which are a very big deal if you went to Princeton. And I've said that I plan on coming to my 100th reunion in 2080 as a hologram stored on the Amazon cloud. And I say, I just hope that Amazon has a post-mortem Amazon Prime program for the eternal storage of my uploaded personality. So we'll see. Thank you.